Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. Key lime pie for the holiday table. And not just any key lime pie. This is one of the best key lime pie recipes, and I'm going to show you how to make it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make our crust, and we're going to be making a graham cracker crust for our key lime pie. And I'm going to be, for this recipe, you just about need to use a 9 to a 9.5 or 9.5 pie plate. This one right here is, pretty sure it says 9.5 inches. Yes. And that's a good size for this pie. So all you're going to do is you're going to take 1.5 cups of your graham cracker crumbs. And you can make these, if you've got graham crackers at home, just put these in a processor or put them in a bag and just beat the tar out of them, or put them in your processor and just whiz them up real good, and you'll have you some graham cracker crumbs. Or you can buy them already like this at the store or online. So we got 1.5 cups of the graham cracker crumbs, about 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and I'm going to mix that up real good. The 1/3 of a cup of sugar is not, it doesn't make your crust too sweet. I know a lot of times you'll get a hold of some graham cracker crust that is just really sweet, and I don't care for that, because your graham crackers are already sweet, a little bit sweet. So just shush your sugar in there real good. And now we're going to put 6 tablespoons of melted butter. And just want to moisten all your crumbs. Now I'm pretty sure that they have a low carb graham crackers. I'm not sure about that, or you can make your own. I need to check on that, because a lot of y'all are wanting low carb recipes for the holidays, and I am going to do a few. So you just want to get all that mixed up good. Make sure you don't have any dry crumbs. I like to do it with my hands, my clean hands. Okay, the best way to do this, you can do it with your hands, just like this. Or you can take the bottom and side of your measuring cup and that'll do it for you pretty fast. Now if you're not a fan of graham cracker crumb crust, you can just make your regular crust, or you can make you a crust that has the the pecans and flour and stuff in it that kind of like you would use for your 4-layer desserts and stuff, or shortbread crust. But to me, the best crust for key lime pie is always going to be graham cracker crust. And if it's not even all the way around, it's okay. There's no perfection in this kitchen. And there's always dirty dishes. That means there's always some kind of cooking going on, I guess. Okay. So there's our crust. That's all there is to that. Now I'm going to put this in a 375 oven for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to mix up our filling. If you want to, put you a cookie sheet inside your oven and put this on top of your cookie sheet. That way the bottom of your crust don't cook too fast and get too brown. Okay, our pie crust is in the oven, 375 for 5 minutes. All right, our 5 minutes is up. Let's get our crust out. I'm going to put my crust right here and just let it cool a little bit, because you want it cool before you put your filling in. Of course, it's all going to go in the oven anyways, but I'm going to let this cool for just a little bit. And while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and make our filling. And I love this little thing, but even after he goes ahead and tells me time's up, he keeps it ticking for a while. He just don't want to give up. Okay, this is going to come together really quickly. We've got 2 14-ounce cans of sweetened condensed milk, so that's going to be 28 ounces. Now, if you're going to make maybe just an 8-inch, maybe you're going to make this in a springform pan and it's only going to be an 8-inch. You can just do 1 can, 14 ounces, and then just kind of probably just use, well, you know what, I'll write that down. When I write my recipe down in my description box, I'll put this one, and then I'll put just using 14-ounce can. But if you're going to make one, just go all out. 28 ounces sweetened condensed milk. You know, like I was saying, usually a pie like this is something that, you know, people love to eat in summertime, but I tell you, it don't matter. Summer, winter, fall, spring, it don't matter. I love these kind of pies. Key lime pie, it's delicious. I can eat it any time, and it's just a special thing on your holiday table when you've got it. Okay, I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Now, if you want to, you can use light sour cream. You can always make changes like that to make it a little less, you know. I mean, you've already got your sweetened condensed milk in there, so you might as well just put full fat sour cream is what I think. But that's just me. Stir that up just a little bit. Now, the secret to this pie You know, when you're making a good key lime pie, you really need to use key limes. Now, I'm not saying you can't use limes, just regular limes, because that's the way I've always done it. And the reason is because that's all you get around my area is just plain old limes. Key limes is what makes a good key lime pie. And not being able to find key limes in this area, I got online and I looked, and this right here is Nellie and Joe's famous Key West lime juice, and I think this is from concentrate. It says Pompano, I may be saying that wrong, Pompano Beach, Florida. Maybe that's where they grow the best key limes, I'm not sure. But to make a really, really good pie, you do need a key lime. There's just a difference. And so this had really good reviews. I got this off Amazon. In fact, when I ordered it, I got 2 of these. And I'll put that down there in my description box if y'all are even looking for something like this. If you can't get key limes in your area either. And on the back of it, it does have their recipe, Nellie and Joe's key lime pie recipe. And it's pretty close to what I'm making. Pretty close to it. I'm adding sour cream to mine. It's going to be delicious. So, we're just, you know, there's just certain things that just make recipes just go over the top. And this is one of them for your key lime pie recipe. Like I said, the reason, if you can get key limes in your area, please use the key limes and juice them. Because one of the things too that you'd want to put in here, and even on top before you put it in the oven, would be the zest of a key lime. But I won't have that because I don't have key limes. So we got our sour cream and our sweetened condensed milk, and I've got 3 large egg yolks. Not the whites, just the egg yolks. This is going to make this pie rich. It's going to make it really rich. Let's see, what did I do with my... I'm going to whisk this up just a little bit. And you can see how much filling this makes. Okay, here I've got 3/4 of a cup of my key lime juice. We're going to put that in there. I bought a key lime pie. Oh, it's been several months ago. I had been to Sam's Club, and I went back there where the pies and stuff was, and they had, I know it was bigger than a 9-inch, it may have been a 10-inch key lime pie that they make and sell there. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take a chance. And I picked it up to have for the next day for our Sunday lunch. And it was delicious. And that was at Sam's Club. Okay, that's it. The only thing missing is if you had the zest of a key lime. And I know this has raw egg yolks in it. That doesn't bother me. It's absolutely delicious. Okay. I'm going to pull my crust over here. And we got everything ready. But I'm going to let this cool for just a little bit longer before I put my filling in there. Now, you're probably asking me, why do you have to let this cool before you put this in there? I don't know. Maybe because if it's too hot, it'll, you know, it's got the egg yolks in it and stuff. I don't really know. I just know that that's what my recipe says. So, I always do that. After it cools a little bit, then we go with our filling. And then it's going to go straight in the oven. And you're going to have a delicious homemade key lime pie. Okay, our crust is cooled plenty. So we're just going to take our filling. It was hard, very hard for me to stay out of this filling. It is so good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make some whipped topping to put on the top. But you don't need to do that till after, probably the next day. If you make it the day before, of course you want to chill it overnight, and then the next day put your whipped topping on it. Probably right before you serve it is what I would do. Okay, this is going to go in a 350 oven for just about 7 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and make my whipped topping tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my beaters and the bowl that I'm making my whipped cream in, I'm going to put it in the freezer and chill it real good. That will give you a better whipped cream faster. Okay, I misspoke a while ago and I said 7 minutes. That was for an 8-inch pie crust. This is a 9 and a half, 9. So you need to go 10 minutes. So it's out of the oven. Cook 10 minutes. Beautiful key lime pie. I'm going to let this cool. I'm going to let it cool for about 3 hours. And then I'll put my whipped topping on it. And like I said, you can make this a day before, but make sure you cool it completely off before you put it in the fridge. And then you want to chill it for at least 3 hours. And then, you know, the next day you can put your whipped topping on it. I'm going to be putting my whipped topping on it tonight because I'm doing a video. And then Mr. Brown can take it to work tomorrow and they can eat on it or whatever. So I'm going to be making another one for Thanksgiving for my holiday table. I think my youngest daughter will love it because she loves anything lemon or lime or anything like that. So let's let this cool really good. Then I'll chill it. And then we'll put our whipped topping on it. I'll come back in just a minute and I'll show you how I make my whipped topping. Okay, now we're going to make our whipped topping for our key lime pie. And you can tell that I just got my bowl out of the freezer. It's frozen. And my beaters. And I'm going to take a whole cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm going to take half a cup of confectioner's sugar. And I like to do this to get all the lumps out of it. Just makes for a smoother whipping cream or whipped cream, or if you're making a frosting or something. Just kind of sift it just like you would flour. Now I'm going to take my mixer and I'm going to beat this to kind of a stiff peak, kind of like you would meringue. You can see that it's developed a pretty good peak. Thick enough. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla and I'm just going to mix this in. Now you can pipe it on like this, or you can just have a bowl of whipped cream sitting beside your pie and they can just put a dollop on there. But it does look pretty just to go around the edge. Just like that. Makes for a pretty pie. And if you had some lime zest or key lime zest to sprinkle over that, it'd be even prettier. So there is our key lime pie. And it is, to me, one of the best recipes. It's delicious. It's one of the best key lime pie recipes that I've ever had. And I'm sure y'all gonna like it too. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. The recipe will be in the description box below the video.
Well, I've got the worst job of all, tasting food. My wife cooks, and this is a key lime pie, and I'm fixing to give it a taste. Wow, it makes me smack, don't it? Got that key lime kick to it, don't it? Mmm. That'd be good for anybody's table any day of the week, wouldn't it? Well, another great recipe. We don't know what we'll be doing, but we'll be seeing you again here in a few days. But we'll guarantee you we'll be doing something. So God bless everybody. Hope you have a good weekend, and we'll catch you later.